this is always a nightmare. Apologize to whoever watches the VOD. All right. Apologize for you guys. I'm just setting up my crappy working on the power hammer over there. This is a really shitty angle. All right, we're gonna go way back. Sorry, got a weird ass camera set up. So, just trying to get a live in before we go to do my next shift. So, this is not going to be the longest live because I got work. So, you guys are wondering what I'm trying to work on. I got a bunch of pieces of angle iron, and I'm essentially trying to recreate the. Yeah, I'm going to be working on stuff. So I'm working on trying to use these roller skating wheels, and I'm trying to make it so that I'm able to bolt them inside and guide a, trying to make a power hammer. Not really get much done, but this is one of the knives that I did stock removal, kind of trying to funky shape. Also, a question, guys in the chat. So this is just a random piece of copper, but I like the shape. I'm gonna try making it out of steel. Do you think this would be a cool shape for like a bushcraft herb/butcher thing? Because it's got a nice rock to it. But if I make it maybe a little bit wider, that way you'd have like a bushcraft butcher's knife. But it would be thicker. I'd make it out of 1/4 inch for a spine. So like, you know, it wouldn't be super thin, so it wouldn't be perfect for cutting vegetables. But if you're trying to chop through meat, or if you're trying to chop through, like, you know, if you had to use it for like an actual bushcraft knife, you'd actually be able to use it as like a miniature hatchet. So, and I got a show soon. I'm gonna be working on, I gotta finish this one, but these are some forged 1-inch dice. It's got my little stamp DG in it. Sorry, I don't get the best lighting. But, all right. I gotta do some grinding, so I'm gonna tilt the camera. I do apologize. So if you guys are ever interested in trying to upgrade to a professional grade, that's an Ameribrake grinder. I got that when my mom passed. Obviously, I wish I didn't have to lose someone to be able to afford that, but that's an awesome tool. The guys at Ameribrake have awesome customer service. And if you're wondering, I'm 6'5", I'm not used to looking up, so it's kind of odd. But Ameribrades are awesome. The company, those guys are nice. So make sure when you're grinding, you know, you don't want to have too much of a beard. Like this is thin enough, but respiratory protection, because it's not the metal dust. The metal dust isn't good for you, but ceramic belts, all those oxides, your body can break down steel and, you know, metabolize, you know, break it down and rust it, but body can't break down silica. That's why silicosis is not fun. Jesse, we need to cook.
This is beautiful, the front thing.
There's a, what is that good? They got one breed dog. It looks kind of white and brown and black. Got one your brother has.
Jack Russell?
Well, yeah, Jack Russell.
Jack Russell?
You throw the frisbee kind of thing into the pond, that stuff that runs like he's on fire and jumps and slides in like 5 times out. The bigger dogs, the browner, the orangey ones,
We don't have that one.
no, you have to throw the ball like 10 feet in or like walk.
Oh, you don't call them.
Yeah. But that little one's got no fear.
Yeah, I know, I need to clean this, be more organized. I'll be doing a video on how to make one of these knife bevel grinding jigs. I actually used it to grind this knife. Where I put the holes one set of holes is slightly off than the other. So when you look at the actual bevel, one is slightly different on the other side, but compared to what I was able to do freehand, it works a lot better. Also, flea markets are your friend because I got this old, someone made this from like a saw blade or something because like there's no like forging marks, but they made an aluminum scaled handle, so that's pretty cool. Once I have the power hammer made, I will be forging some butcher's knives like this. And I will be having some nice hunting skinning knives out soon. So the goal of the power hammer is to figure out how we can trying to see how we can guide. I might use this. I might use a bigger piece of steel. This is like 2 1/4. This is like foot and like 16 inches, whatever. Probably gonna have a longer one. I'm still figuring out the design because I'm trying to look at the Clay Spencer. Clay Spencer has a treadle hammer that essentially the way that these skateboard rollerblade wheels work, they guide the big old hammer ram, but it's just a treadle hammer. I'm trying to make something that I'm trying to do something more difficult. I'm trying to like combine possibly a treadle hammer and a power hammer. So essentially, I'm going to have like a big arm that is able to make the hammer go up and down. But if I disconnect the linkage and add a spring, I could turn it into a treadle hammer. So that way, if the prototype works, I can refine the production process and come up with build plans. So that way, beginner smiths, if they want to make one tool, it could be both a power hammer and a treadle hammer, because you get some power hammers, especially like pneumatic power hammers, they can be really controllable, but not everyone wants to use air. You know, some people, like my TISM's mechanical shit. Mine wasn't trained, but I like making mechanical stuff. So if I can make something that can be a double, so both a power hammer and a treadle hammer with just a couple of bolts removed and then turning off a motor, that would be awesome. But I know I could use high molecular weight plastic that's like super dense stuff that's meant for wear parts, but you still have to use oil. I don't want to have to use oil. I'd rather use something that I could just replace. And like, you see some pretty big people, you know, usually rollerblade or roller skate. These things can hold a lot of weight. This is America. We got some big people. We got some big sons of bitches, don't we? Yeah, I'm not quite sure how I want to do this yet. I honestly might just have a bunch of these. So many options. Because this piece around fits right in the square. There's a lot of options. Got my walkie shirt.
Reggie, yo, cookie make.
Remember I'm live. Remember I'm live. Yeah, get one of my notebooks.
All I heard was a giant road.
Yeah, I'm kind of figuring out a hammer. One of the best things you can get is a pair of digital calipers. Especially when you get into making your own stuff. time is it? $2.28. That's why I gotta organize because I can't find my tools. God dang it, Bob, I can't find my tools. Tell you what. You know, you're supposed to technically use other things than the calipers themselves. These are my old ones, so. Working man tool. Not gonna probably need, I'm definitely not gonna need the whole length of this. All I'm probably gonna end up doing is, this isn't the final ram I'm gonna be using. It's the same diameter because I got a longer length that I got from the scrapyard. So I'm probably gonna cut this. Right now we're at 26 inches. We're gonna go. We're gonna go 16. So 16 is where we'll have our bit. So now we're gonna need. And of course I fucked that up. Just ignore that. You already got the line, but I can still see it. Wheels are 2.5. just kind of figuring stuff out, weighing it. Not quite. I'm gonna go into Fusion 360 later and try to solve this issue. Alright guys, I'll bear it back. We're going to be cutting this. Just to give myself some leeway, I'd rather have a little bit extra than not enough. We're just going to cut it at 18. That way, we don't have to worry. We need to cut off a little bit more. Alright guys, you're coming with me. We're gonna go. I got limited space in the shop. Old school hacksaw. Outside my garage. Well, my garage. Grandmother's garage. So, I'm gonna mount you guys up and call you pretty names, yeah. My humor is like my chromosomes extra. I do be making grilled cheeses at night. Alright, I gotta... You guys are gonna go all cattywampus real quick. And then, ah, shit! Leroy! Hey, no, how do we go back? Cancel. Alright, I didn't see you guys for a bit. So, right now I'm just trying to hook you guys up on my door. So I apologize for the atrocious camera work. But I gotta show you one of my cool old tools. If I can get this damn thing off. I promise it won't be boring for long. Are you close? Markiplier. Alright. You're gonna be looking at God for a little while. Or trash can. Jesus. I'm just trying to figure out how the hell I'm going to mount everything. Alright. We're going to try this. Yeah, I know, I got to rotate the vise. Freaking phone. All sorts of catwampus. Alright. Yeah, this is your chiropractor. This is just, your neck. Alright. Alright, I don't know if this is showing up. Is this showing up upside down for you guys? Alright, how can I fix this? I'm just gonna unhook you guys real quick. I know this is a very wonky camera setup, but I'm doing the best I can with what I have. I do apologize to everyone that is watching this atrocity of a live stream. I have like this weird cheap thing from camera, multi-angle. Come on. Stop rotating, motherfucker. I use my tongs to tighten this bitch down. Okay. Alright. Trying to get you guys. You guys are going to be a little bit bouncy. This is one of the best marketplace finds I got. I got this for 25 bucks. I don't know if the guy, I can't remember the guy's name, but he couldn't use it in his shop because it didn't have a safety thing. I'm a one-man band, so this is called an old school electric saw. I can actually bring you guys just a little bit closer. All right. Oh shit. I swear, this thing does not want to work. I'm finding there's too much rotation. Oh god. Just do your damn job. Fucking rotate. Yes, my camera mount budget is like some people's mental states. It's in a depression. I'm not, but life is getting good. Alright. So this is an old school electric hacksaw. So yes, they do make electric automatic bandsaws, and they can cut pretty close, but have yourself a wooden mallet, make yourself one. They're really nice. You might want to put like a piece of that's just a bit of pipe hose clamp just to keep it from splitting, because you can see there's some splits there, but you see how much I abuse this. And then this side I kind of made it like that so you can hammer bowls, not the fun smoking kind, but the for candles and all this stuff. just gotta crank that down like Soldier Boy. I think I got raided by Diddy because I can't find my oil. I do apologize, guys. Can't keep inviting that guy. He keeps on taking the fucking oil. do apologize, guys. So, didn't steal all the oil. I still got some. This is just canola oil. This stuff is great for beginners when you're trying to quench stuff. But I need to spray oil on this while it's cutting, just to keep the blade lasting longer. POV, you're getting oiled up by Diddy. Flip you around. That's what you guys. Needs a little bit more Diddy, a little more Earl. Just a little bit more pressure. Sometimes the last little bit it kind of struggles, so I'm just putting light pressure. We're at a corner, so it is rather thick, and it's also, the blade itself is very flat. This is one of my best Facebook Marketplace finds. I got this thing for 25 bucks. Come on. We're almost there. Come on. So if you're wondering how this thing turns off, this little arm, as the blade's coming down, will trip the switch. So you guys are gonna be ending the live soon because I got work. Right, no, sorry, I'm touching the screen. So before we touch the machine, we're gonna unplug it. Bring the extension cord inside. This is what machinists use. Still doesn't have quite a perfect cut. It's a little bit off. I gotta probably adjust some things, but it's a lot straighter than I'd be able to do it. And also I wanted to show you guys a cool tool that you can get. Facebook Marketplace is great. You just gotta make sure, like, if someone is actually not scamming you, ask them, hey, can you show me a video? If they only have pictures, say, hey, can you send me a video of it running, or send me a video of it at different angles? Not angles. That way you know that they're not trying to scam you, because some people will just post a picture and then say, oh yeah, meet me here, but you got to send me money on PayPal or send me money on Venmo and stuff. Only do stuff in cash. Obviously if they're like a business or something, maybe, but when it comes to Marketplace, because you have to pick up stuff in person, just make sure you do that. So I'm gonna let that cool off before I cover it again. So right now we're going on a journey. I do apologize for the horrible camera work. I just got a cheap ass multiple arm. I'll show you guys. This is the cool thing with live streaming with the phone. This is my janky. I have an extra little ball joint thing from a separate product I got, but I made this. I do have a little bit of film me making this. It's gonna be multiple parts, but once I have the power hammer, actually, before I end this, guys, give me a minute. Before I end the stream, guys, I gotta show you. I can find the damn things. Oh, there we go. So I got a handful of bottle caps. Welcome to the wasteland. This is my Treadle hammer Stompy. I'm trying to have a Treadle hammer and a power hammer in one machine because you can see this takes up quite a bit of space. This is just one tool. But if I can make a hybrid design with the power hammer so it's all one tool, that would save a lot of space because I'm grateful that the garage that I'm in, you know, it's got a good amount of space. It's not as small as garages that you've seen people have, but this is what a Treadle hammer is good for. So you can stomp really hard and flatten things out, or you can gently, you know, you can gently tap. Where's my money? But this Treadle hammer that I made, even though it's very much redneck ingenuity, I mean, I gotta fix that. I didn't even have like proper anchor epoxy, so I literally had like this like wood that's part of the garage wall, which is why this thing's so damn loud, because it vibrates the whole wall. This is just the old garage spring from when we took out the garage doors. My dad, me and my dad, we built these barn doors, and we also built that ventilation fan. So we got the fan out of flea market, but this was an old emergency like Cold War bucket, like we would have like gas masks and stuff. And then this is the forge stand, which I have a video on, so if you want to make your own forge stand, it's all bolted together, you can. But this is the forge. I'm working on it in this video. This is a 4-stair version of this, but this is also Venturi. So, but the great thing with Treadle hammers is you have control. So this is a little ball peen that I normally use for making bottle openers. So I'll show you. So this is one of the bottle openers, which I'll have on my Etsy soon. But the great thing with the Treadle hammer is, obviously, I'm holding the camera with my hand. I have my free hand holding the thing. But normally a Treadle hammer, you see that little divot right there? That's forged out, so you can use a Treadle hammer, and you're able to hit it. Now, people will bitch, say, "Oh, you can't hit a hammer on a piece of hardened hammer." It's like, as long as whatever is underneath the hammer is soft, so whether it's like a piece of copper, like this is a piece of cold copper, but copper is much softer than steel, and there is going to be movement. So see, we're able to get a nice little divot. And then for here, if I want to just do gentle, I can rotate. But this is kind of my goal, is with the power hammer, because it's still going to have a linkage. Like you see that right there, I got to modify that. And you have the leaf spring pack, it's going to have a linkage. So it'll be picking up, kind of like Cody Ironworks, check him out. He actually has a cool video of one of his power hammers that he made. I basically saw his design. I'm like, I want to see if I can do something with that, because everyone else does the Clay Spencer style tire hammer, or they'll do the like teeter-totter where they'll have a leaf spring pack up there with some bearings, with some pillow blocks, and they'll do the teeter-totter. I want to do what Cody Ironworks did, where he had the arm So just imagine there's like a linkage in the middle of my arm, and it pivots this arm up and down, but the hammer ram is held in place. He just had a friction fit, but I want to try to have wheels that I can replace so that the ram, even though the arm that is activating it is going in an arc motion, just like the treadle hammer you saw, it swings in an arc, it'll have a linkage so that this will just go straight up and down. I apologize about the interruption, guys. But yeah, make sure to subscribe. Gonna be working on a bunch of videos. I'm gonna be doing, because it's just me. I'm the only one that's videoing and editing stuff. My goal is for July is when I'm gonna release more of the full-length videos. So, because this forge, even though it's small, works great for beginner projects. But then I'm going to show you guys how to build a sword forge, because me and my dad, we built the sword forge and we made it forced air. So you guys be safe, have fun, make some cool stuff. Even if you don't do blacksmithing, just make some cool stuff. There's too much cheap shit in the world. Just make a bunch of cool stuff. And learning how to craft something, learning how to make something. Think of life as a video game. Think of like solo leveling or Minecraft. Like every little bit of skill that you learn adds up. So like I'm trying to learn how to do jewelry stuff because I got a bunch of this copper because I want to make jewelry. So be safe, have fun, make some cool stuff. Bye, guys.